We've been waiting since 2016 for Marvel's Spider-Man, and this month Insomniac Games' newest masterpiece is finally available. Here's Ashley Jenkins from The Know to tell you all about it.
Hey, what's up, GameStop? I'm Ashley from The Know, here to talk to you all about Spider-Man, because that's easily one of the most anticipated games of 2018. It's been a long time coming for fans who've been eagerly awaiting the web slinger's newest adventure, so here's everything you need to know about the game. The PlayStation 4 exclusive releases September 7th, and it's being developed by Insomniac Games, which maybe isn't a household name like a Rockstar or a Bethesda, but it's known for the very well-received Sunset Overdrive, an open-world adventure that won a lot of praise back in 2014 when it released for Xbox One. As for this game's story, let's make one thing clear right off the bat. This Peter Parker is not Tom Holland from Spider-Man Homecoming. Instead of being a high school student, he's now in his 20s. He's been Spider-Man for several years, so he knows what he's doing, which is a good thing because it sounds like things are not going very well in his hometown of New York City. The game starts off with his arch rival, the Kingpin, headed to prison, but he's got a warning for the good guys. A bunch of villains are about to take his place. Meanwhile, another Spidey nemesis, Norman Osborn, is now mayor of New York, which isn't a great thing for any superhero, and he's hired Silver Sable and her security force to restore order to the city, which is being rampaged by Electro, Mr. Negative, Vulture, and other bad guys. It also looks like Osborn's gunning for Spider-Man, who he thinks is contributing to the mayhem. We also see friendly faces like Miles Morales and Peter Parker's now ex-girlfriend, Mary Jane Watson. They're allied with Peter as he's battling both the bad guys and Silver Sable. So that's about what we know about the story. Now let's talk about how Spidey will get around all those tall buildings in New York. Of course, a big deal in any Spider-Man is web slinging, and many have wondered if we'll be getting a realistic physics-based approach to Spider-Man's main method of transportation. According to early looks at the game, it doesn't look like that's the case. Some have noticed there are spots where the game keeps your momentum going for you. It's really favoring that fun feel for traversal over 100% accuracy, but it also looks like your weight and momentum do factor into your movement, so there is a little bit of that feeling there. As for combat, if you've played the Batman Arkham games, Spider-Man definitely takes some cues from that system. There's a lot of striking and countering, but Spider-Man also puts its own unique twist on combat with gadgets, webbing, and aerial fighting. You're gonna need all those combat abilities because you have a lot of bad guys to deal with in the game. They include Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, along with Mr. Negative, Rhino, the Vulture, Electro, and the Scorpion, and those are just the ones that we saw in early previews. There could be more surprise reveals later in the game, but they can keep those secrets for now. As for assistance, it looks like Mary Jane Watson and Miles Morales will be on board to help Spider-Man out, along with Yuri Watanabe of the NYPD. We've seen her in the trailers, giving Spider-Man intel as he swings into battle. Now, it's not clear if we'll get Miles Morales' version of Spider-Man at any point in this game, though. In the trailer, Peter Parker tells Miles to leave the fighting to the pros, and he responds, "Okay, but what if there aren't any around?" Which might be a teaser for some kind of Miles Morales Spider-Man appearance, maybe later in the game, maybe a cameo of some sort, maybe later content. Regardless, you will be controlling a few different characters in the game. In at least one section, you do take control of Mary Jane, who's a reporter for the Daily Bugle, and that factors prominently into the story. Okay, now let's talk about what we all really care about, spider fashion. Spidey will have a bunch of different costumes to choose from, so if you don't like the white spider suit in the trailer, don't worry, you'll have plenty more options. The developer's already shown a Spider-Punk suit that comes with a denim vest, as well as a dark-colored Spider-Man noir outfit. The Iron Spider suit we saw in Infinity War will also be in the game. Others also noticed a more classic Spider-Man suit, as well as the homemade one from Spider-Man Homecoming. Expect many, many more as well. Speaking of the Avengers, no word if any of them are going to make an appearance in the game, but we have seen some Easter eggs that could be an indication. There is, for example, a cameo of the Avengers Tower in one of the trailers, which so far the developers have just said is to really flesh out that world and make it feel like the proper Spidey New York. So we don't have any promises there, but hey, fingers crossed, if not this game, the next one. So that's all we know so far about the upcoming Spider-Man PlayStation 4 exclusive. Are you planning on picking it up? Let us know. And to make sure you get all of the updates, gameplay, previews, reviews, and all kinds of other gaming content, make sure you check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/theknow or on our own website at theknow.tv.
Thanks, Ashley. After the break, Meg and Melanie will tell you more about Spider-Man and some of the other games releasing this month. We'll be right back.